This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
The X-Zone radio and TV show is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X-Zone radio and TV show or in any manner endorsed by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, Talkstar Radio Network, its affiliated stations, or employees.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back, everyone. This is the X-Zone on the Talkstar Radio Network, X-Zone Broadcast Network, UK High Definition Radio, Euro High Definition Radio, Star Cable, and X-Zone TV. 1-800-610-7035, worldwide toll-free. Email xzone at xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv at hotmail.com. And our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is Peter O'Lawler, and he's the author of Shrouded in Mist, Physics and the Archaic Symbology of Metaphysics. And to demystify millennia of science, philosophy, and religion, I'm sure you would all agree, is no easy task. During archaic times and the thousands of years of wisdom acquired by the priests of Egypt, for example, there was no reference to science or philosophy. It wasn't even religion per se. The nature of existence of truth and knowledge was not merely the true belief of the ancient Greek philosophy. As civilization moved westward, X-Zone Nation, through the Mediterranean, Europe, and across the Atlantic, the nature of existence or of truth and knowledge was and still remains in constant and often volatile conflict. It seems the world has settled on believing, but understanding where it all came from remains shrouded in the mists of time. Joining me now is Peter O'Lawler, I should say, and Mr. O'Lawler, welcome to the X-Zone.
Thank you very much.
What was your inspiration, sir, for writing Shrouded in Mist?
I had a lot of time on my hands, and I had been writing poetry since I was 17, and I entered college with what the founders of America would consider a classical education, but I also, after 7 years as an altar boy and wanting to become a missionary, events happened that caused me to turn away, and I immersed myself in comparative theology. And what I discovered was a very long trail of why we know what we know and the sources of knowledge that give some civilizations and some cultures more power than others.
Why is religious conflict so often contrary to their founders' exemplary faith?
Well, we can look at, for example, Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad grew up along the Spice Road as a businessman, and his divine revelations brought to him by the Archangel Gabriel, who visited Mary, inspired him to write the Quran. Now, just like America's revolutionary generation, and all republics begin with the need to remedy political evil. So throughout history, whether it be Islam, republics, or America, people follow their heart, follow their passions, want to do good for the public good, establish something absolutely wonderful for the interest of each other, and then somewhere along the line, other people with different ideas take the original thought and make it into something it was never intended to be.
All right, sir, hold that thought. You and I have to take a commercial break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Exo Nation, my very special guest this hour is Peter O'Lawler. He's the author of Shrouded in Mist, Physics and Archaic Symbology of Metaphysics. And we're going to be back on the other side of this commercial break. And if you'd like to get a copy of Shrouded in Mist, the website is www.amazon.com. That's right, it's available at amazon.com. We'll be back on the other side of this short 2-minute commercial break as we continue in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com.
Do you have a dis-ease that you would like to alleviate through a natural means? Have you been contacted by angels, ghosts, or even extraterrestrials and want to validate these experiences? Or would you simply like to speak with someone who can help you find your life's purpose? I'm Dr. Joseph Mara, and I'm offering my services free of charge for first-time clients contacting me during the month of April. These free consultations include angel card readings, guided meditations, life coaching, and energy healing. If you have always wanted to explore these types of experiences but were skeptical or simply could not afford them, then take advantage of this free special offer. Contact me through my website, a guiding light spelled LITE.com to schedule your consultation today. Until then, I offer you love, light, and laughter.
Everybody needs a little time away, I heard her say, from each other. Even lovers need a holiday, far away from each other. Hold me now. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I just want you to stay. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you.
Peter O'Lawler is our special guest this hour. He's the author of Shrouded in Mist, Physics and the Archaic Symbology of Metaphysics. It's available at Amazon.com. Before we went to the commercial break, we were talking about, how religious conflicts often are contrary to the founder's faith. Now, what does it mean, in your opinion, to exemplify the ethical behavior of Jesus, for example?
This is so very important. The early church, before the Vatican, or rather Nicene Council in 471 AD, the early church was concerned with following the ethical behavior of Jesus. Mm-hmm. And this, of course, is based in love, which I hope we get to talk about. But the ethical behavior of Jesus is, imagine the violent times, the immense poverty, the ignorance, the loss of faith in an afterworld, and then comes along this message, be good to each other. Ethics was, throughout history, very, very important. How you treat another person. The golden rule among the founders of the revolutionary generation was the one they considered most important. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, many Catholics may not necessarily be Christians, and many Christians may not be Catholics. Many Protestants may not be Christians, and many Christians may not be Protestants. But the idea before the Nicene Council was to be a Christian meant to exemplify the ethical behavior of Jesus, which referred to how you treat other people.
So, what is love then, sir?
Well, love is something I really like talking about when I teach philosophy, because it's a often confusing concept. If we look at psychology, at the biological basis of behavior, we will find what's called objective love, which, for example, I love chocolate, I love cars, I love women, I love the outdoors, I love fishing, blah, blah, blah. Any kind of thing that you love that gives you satisfaction or pleasure is objective love. Now, Dr. Scott Peck wrote a book called The Road Less Traveled, and he perfectly demonstrates the idea, without mentioning Christian love, that love is a mutual investment in one's own and another's personal growth. For example, the patience it takes a parent to listen to a 5-year-old spew on for a half